I think that would have been
Hello
hilarious.
everyone,
But
it's
CLG
Bulldog.
versus 100
Welcome back
Thieves.
to my
Let's get
analysis
into the
of
first game
CLG
the day.
Summer
100 Thieves,
Split
they
2020,
did win,
Week
their
3,
last game. They
Game
have
2.
been, having, I think, a pretty rough
Had a
go of
little
it,
bit
largely
of a
because
rough
of
one
the
against
schedule. They
FlyQuest
had some really tough
yesterday.
teams that they were fighting
100
that
Thieves
were kind of
is
at
a
the
pretty
top of the
bad
table in
team,
their
so we
first
should
games. They did end up losing all three
be able
of
to beat
those. Now
Ugh.
expectations are fairly high.
Excuse
for them
me.
to start picking up wins as they get into the easier part
So-
of their schedule. That being said, CLG may have been predicted to be one of the easiest teams coming into the split, but they actually started out 3-1. They are sitting 3-2 now, but that is still already matching the
we're
total
sitting
amount
pretty.
of wins they got in spring. So they should be pretty happy with their start, and would love
ban
to
is
surpass
taking a
that
little
year
while.
against
Weird.
100 Thieves, who has been looking pretty vulnerable, especially in drafts. I do think, especially on the red side, they have not been making very good
Weird.
use of their last pick.
Does that mean that
We saw when they
CLG
did
isn't
wanna go
looking to pick
Sunday
the
for that
Aphelios?
topside counter pick, he just ended up
Because that's one of the
Aatrox
common
versus
picks
Horn, kind of
with
farmed out style
Aphelios.
matchup anyway. And I want to see them go back more towards the Renekton game that they did win, where you put resources into Someday, you allow him to snowball his lane into really take over.
Well,
Alright.
CLG's also gonna
Yeah, the
follow
Twisted
it to
Fate
bounce
ban is a
back
good ban.
little
We
bit
played that
after
really
their
well.
game
The
last
Trundle
night
first pick,
against FlyQuest. There
very
were
good.
some-
I would
there were some
expect
moments
in
in that
Aphelios.
game where CLG was not looking the most put together, the most coordinated, and they have definitely been looking a lot better this split than what we saw
And Volibear?
in
Okay.
spring. Aside from that first
Yeah,
game, just
those are
ignore
two
game
power
one
picks.
summer, but
I would expect a
3 games
Nautilus
after, they were looking better and better. So I wanna
for
see a
us,
bounce
for
back here against
sure.
100 Thieves. They're going for
because that
Trundle
just does
as
so
first pick
well
of the draft,
into the
but that leaves
Aphelios.
open two incredibly powerful picks for 100 Thieves to first round in Aphelios and Volibear.
Yeah, and Volibear could actually be flexed top
okay.
of the jungle.
We're
have
not gonna
really seen
go
it top, but it just got played in LEC
hard
jungle. I
engage
actually think it's a really
right
strong
away.
jungler
Weird.
right now.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but Stixade plays played the Ezreal well yesterday. Ruin plays the Aatrox very well. He knows the Volibear, so he knows the matchup.
Not going to be nearly as tanky, in the team fights come later into the game. Especially
They
if you
take
are
the Braum.
going for that tank style build. We do see some people go towards more of the Triforce Death Stance, which is less worried about Trundle's ultimate. But there are a lot of players that do tend to favor, especially out of the jungle, pure tank. And if that's the role that you're going to be going for, Trundle can make sure that not only
Weird
is he
that they
more
would
tanky,
ban the
but a lot
Bard
easier to
against
shred
us.
through for
Smoothie
teammates.
didn't play it that
With
well.
100 Thieves securing both parts of their bottom lane, and that Volibear that you pointed out can be a flex between jungle and top.
But it does
Some
bully
major
out the
picks
Braum pretty
for them
hard,
as we
so
get through this second
I
part.
understand
Bans are going to
that.
be mid lane and then either top
So-
or jungle. So specifically what I'm looking at is for them to fix
That
whatever
Akali
make
ban
sure
is
they get
obviously
value
a
out
set
of that
up
mid pick here.
for
They know they're going up against Ezreal, Trundle, and Aatrox.
whatever
Banning
Povelter
now
wants
the
to pick in the
Bard
mid lane
away
here.
from Smoothie. They don't want to see that one down there on support. Akali banned out by CLG.
Yeah, the Akali
I
ban
just
is
don't know what that
interesting,
is.
We really haven't been seeing much of Akali in pro play in a while, at least in the LCS. It does show up in some of the other regions. Can obviously be a flex also between mid and top, so maybe trying to eliminate some more flexibility there, or that they're going towards a pick that they feel is pretty vulnerable to it. More
Yeah.
kind of supportive style stuff being banned out here for this Ezreal. With Yuumi gone, we still do see a lot of these
Karma's
common
very
players alongside
good.
Ezreal to be these kind of enchanters or ranged pokey style champions like the Bard, like the Karma. So they want to eliminate those. They
LeBlanc
don't want their bottom lane
ban.
getting picked on to be getting harassed down with poke
Weird.
too much. There are still other options for CLG to go for. If they want to go towards
I-
something like a Lulu, we've seen that come out. You can even go more
So,
aggressive.
I'm
poke
guessing
options.
it's
Mages
something
like Zyra and Brand, I think, can be
very
fantastic,
immobile.
but just haven't really been seen much at all in the LCS.
Okay,
And
so
with the
that is a
Renekton
Volibear
locked in
jungle.
by 100 Thieves,
That's
that
Renekton
is the
top.
signal to CLG that yes, this is a Volibear in the jungle, and 100 Thieves are saving the final pick of the draft for Ryoma to give him counter pick in the mid lane.
Yep, so it should be that Renekton matchup into the Aatrox. I do believe this is
I mean,
what
the Nautilus
Sunday
would be
actually
good here.
played in their win. In that
Oriana's good.
matchup, so we
Like,
will be going
Oriana's just a good
through it.
champion.
Oriana gonna be a pretty safe
And
blind pick there
safe
for
blind
Povelter,
pick.
and we have to see what will the support be alongside Stixay's Ezreal to try to match up into this Braum. It is something that is such a strong
You
team
could also
fighter,
go
the
with,
Braum,
like, a
but generally doesn't have
Blitzcrank here or
tremendous amount of
something.
presence in lane.
Rakan? Yeah, something with hard engage. That's what I wanted.
Will be the option. Okay, so I mean this is fine. This seems more about the team fight later on. This is more about the combination with Orianna.
Yeah, this is a team fight comp, which is what
was lacking some hard engage.
We were
the Trundle pillar, but that's not really.
We were missing some of that last game. Ryoma playing Azir. I mean, he's fine on Azir. I'm not scared of it.
Their success in the 5v5, in the fights around.
Like the Aphelios is the scariest thing, but we do have the ability to hard engage on him pretty well with the Rakan and the ball delivery with the Orianna, the Aatrox flanks, the pillar from Trundle. The Trundle pillar is so effective against Aphelios.
At the same time, 100 Thieves has an incredible amount of damage in their carries with Azir, with Aphelios. These two champions scale to be able to put out an absolutely disgusting amount of DPS. And when I look at the top side of the map,
I'm watching pretty much live.
New Volibear hits
I'm watching a little behind, so I can just skip through this and get right into the game.
Similar to what I was talking about, some of the errors we saw last night in the game against FlyQuest, it's an easy punish for 100 Thieves to make. So CLG will have to be precise with their executions.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's one of those situations.
I do feel like we got a little outdrafted.
And a lot of it, comes down to, I think, when you have these types of compositions, like what 100 Thieves is running, is being first to actually set up.
The Trundle is denial from Meteos,
and your opponents have to.
But their Volibear is denial from Ruin, but Ruin's more than comfortable on the Aatrox.
And try to walk through all of these champions that can kind of block a choke in the map. It becomes extremely difficult.
We did pick hard engage into the Aphelios, which is the right thing to do.
Find the way to actually get that engage. Could be pretty tough for 100 Thieves.
All right, looking across the map here, just sort of taking stock of everything in both teams' arsenals as we begin things. Wait for the minions to start spawning. It is 3 teleports on both sides here in this game. Both 80 carries opting to take that non-combat summoner spell will provide them the ability to get back to lane more quickly, as well as more macro presence later on in the game. Both mid laners also going with that. Volibear on the press the attack. We've seen this as a pretty popular rune for him. Taking it for the same reason that Trundle does. It helps you duel early on. It helps add a little bit of extra damage to your ganks, and it still provides a team fight presence with the damage.
Yeah, some people do like phase rush on it.
I mean, I would expect all the action in this game to happen topside because it's two pretty aggressive, mechanically gifted top laners on some of their favorite champions.
As well, so it's very quick and easy to actually get that down. And as far as the double TP here from the marksman, it's one of these situations where, generally speaking, Ezreal can just get away with it. And then if you know you're going to be going up against Ezreal, and Ezreal doesn't really have a kind of strong laning partner, if he's paired with someone who has really heavy poke, and you're worried about potential kills, then you have to take heal. But because he's paired with the Rakan, Aphelios is so comfortable to then take TP himself, and that is going to allow him to match teleports, to keep this Ezreal pressured under tower, and to try to really keep presence in this lane, because
the junglers are like exactly matched in their pathing.
Get to Tyr or get to Sheen, or
I think Wiggly's just a little further ahead.
Locked under your turret,
and is clear.
Trying to farm at this disadvantage, because if Ezreal gets push and doesn't have the minions in between you and him, that's where he can.
But when it comes to AOE clear, Volibear is better.
Cody's taking TP to try to present that.
Things are perfectly even top, pretty even mid.
Have moved all the way across.
Someday taking a tower shot, but it probably won't matter. Yeah, Wiggly could potentially get a gank bot lane, but it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of potential play on the top side. It's just going to be the Scuttle Crab going to Meteos. Wiggly getting that Scuttle Crab as well.
When your ward is cleared like that and your jungler is topside, it's time to be scared. You really do need to be sitting back. The only way that Trundle's going to kill you off is if you kind of step too far forward and already.
Little sad that Pobelteri is getting out CS'd by Ryoma.
Pretty slow.
Oh wait, no.
really at much risk for any
He
sort
should
of gank, and
be able to
are going to end up
get ahead by
essentially
1.
the 6
Okay.
camps plus the scuttle. We're going to see them actually recall and get back out on the map, and it's a pretty passive early game from these two. You know, they can pull off ganks, but there are not super easy to gank lanes right now. And I think both junglers are going to be pretty happy to just go back and reset.
This is going to be a slow one to start with, I feel like. Like, if anything's going to happen, it'll happen top lane, I think. But I guess once the dragon spawns, it may be good. I don't know if either team is placing big priority around the dragon at the moment.
Super even between everybody and every role. Nobody's getting out to any early lane advantages here.
Yeah.
And it is worth noting that both junglers are actually playing Water Walking and Nimbus Cloak. These are very common secondaries, but just want to mention it because, you know, while Volibear isn't
pretty much what you should do.
Ultra strong early ganker, having Nimbus Cloak plus Chilling Smite actually makes your chase down in combination with your Q speed up quite powerful. So if you do overextend, you still have to be worried about that Volibear coming in and looking for that potential gank.
Yeah, Nimbus Cloak has been so strong for so long. Practically
and Aphelios is such a stupid strong laner that it's not surprising that they have the advantage, and they're pushing it in so he can... Meteos can get that. Yeah, they got priority in both lanes, so... and got better vision control. Not surprising that they take control of this. Ruin seems to be just getting bodied in the top lane here, which is not a good sign.
Bottom side, you should be stacking these early, and I do think that there's too many teams that tend to kind of ignore it and say, oh, well, we can grab it later when we want it, but you want to be having this stacking threat of a win condition, right? Because then if you are playing from an advantage, you have the ability to force your opponents to come to you and start fighting for those when you start hitting that 3 dragon mark.
But it's going to be that same kind of power spike that I was looking at last game of the 2 items on Ezreal for
this is something that Cloud9
CLG to start turning things in their favor quite a bit.
No matter what jungler they are playing, is
the Aatrox outscales Renekton, but Azir outscales Ori, and Aphelios outscales Ezreal, but Trundle outscales Voli, and Rakan and Braum both scale about evenly. They just do different things. So it's fairly even scaling. So it's just going to come down to teamfight play.
To start the first trade because you considered it unimportant, right? It really is active versus passive gameplay, which is something that a lot of NA teams have struggled with over the course of the years. And like you said, man, if Cloud9's doing it, they're setting the example for other teams to do here in the league because they're so far ahead. And I love to see teams embrace more of an active style here. Wiggly will pass off the blue buff.
Ruin has a small level lead, even though he has a... He's down in CS.
Involved in anything here just yet. Everything is super
holy cow. Absolutely nothing has happened in this game thus far. It makes it really hard to comment on anything. And I don't think CLG should be trying to be that active right now, because you know, you want to scale up. You got people that don't do a lot pre-6. Like Orianna, Rakan really start popping off. At 6, Ruin on Aatrox. Like Aatrox does well on 6, especially in like team fights.
Or if he stays up in the top lane,
Renekton is one of the strongest pre-6 champions. So I don't.
It's also worth noting that it's actually a fiendish code.
I think the fact that he has only been able to generate a small CS lead off of that being the much stronger champion pre-6 is a good thing.
Kind of, you know, this lane focused style of build. This is probably going to be a Nashor's Rush, which is a little bit less common. The Volibear
just clears AoE group camps faster and safer, so that's why he has a CS lead.
In the later stages of the game, but getting towards your team fighting items like that Nashor's
but
early
everything
can really help you, and it also
everyone is 6 except the supports. It'll be like 2 minutes before anything should really happen.
those soldiers over in time to shut him down, as Pobelter just sort of hangs around this other side of the map here. You can see Meteos now seeing if maybe there's an opportunity to go grab the Rift Herald here, clear out the vision from CLG, and start this
I
one.
don't. Well, I guess because the bottom's rotating up, they're not sending anyone to contest.
Why there's still 90 seconds before the Drake spawns, not leaving a window open for CLG to get
So
something.
I don't know why we're not trying to contest at all.
Grabbing both the early objectives already.
Because I feel like we pretty evenly contest at this point. But
yes, they are about
like as long as the Aphelios is out of the fight.
This is due in part to the fact that they have these winning lanes, but you know, oftentimes when you commit time to those early objectives, junglers are hesitant to do that because they say, okay, well, we're going to fall behind as a result. Meteos is considering that level 6 dive, but Wiggly is here waiting.
Jungle battle in the Tri-Brush, and look at that damage coming out from Volibear. That's what I'm talking about. Volibear, his mouth might as well be a shotgun.
He hits hard, but Wiggly was there and prevented the dive, which was good.
The dude hurts.
It prevents from the
He's got the big shotgun inside.
the Renekton from snowballing. And Renekton is a threat if he snowballs on you, but if you just go pretty even in the lane, he's not much of a threat. Also, what a weird call timing from Cody's son. This to be at 205 farm before it procs, which is gonna be like well over 20 minutes in the game. Usually,
Wiggly obviously loses that trade. We still should commend Wiggly for his game sense. He knows that if he's not up there, there's a chance that
that's a good trade.
The Herald and turn off that tower with Volibear ult and dive and kill Ruin. So yes, Wiggly takes a little bit of a beating, but he also saved Ruin.
Yeah,
from
it was a good play.
Yeah, and you can consider that a win. It's one of those situations where
they have TP advantage, so this is not really a fight that we want to take. But we are getting vision control, so that's good.
If he wasn't there, and that's the plan that they decided. So
goodbye Ruin to prevent Someday from backing and just being in that TP position.
It's that lane state that you were talking about, Isaac, where Ruin is still there. He hasn't been able to get the time to rotate down here, just walk all the way down to the southern side of the map. And because he's at teleport disadvantage now, 100 Thieves feel more confident in trying to take this. Someday
yeah, it feels like we're scared to do anything right now. Which I don't know if we're just waiting on a timing to do anything.
Yeah, I think it's not even good.
Or if we're just more confident in our team fighting. And so we're just waiting on that to be able to win the game.
400 Thieves, and CLG's
but
try to make the best of
this feels so passive.
Try to steal away the Krugs on that top side.
Like too passive.
So you know they're just trying to get a little bit of something. They didn't feel like they were in a position to actually win that fight.
It doesn't feel like we're even like trading anything for objectives, which is something we did much better early in the game, or the first 2 weeks.
They were expecting this to be. Right? You bought the call at like 11 minutes, and that tells me that you're like, well, we're going late, boys.
Oh no. Call it 11 minutes. It's that type of a game. It's that type of a game. Some days
it's a good trade, Ruin, and Ruin is evening out the lane here.
No, we won't. That's,
they burn 2 ultis to get a flash.
That's true. We can just abandon them.
And because the Volibear's here and he can turn off the turret, it's not really worth trying to stick around and save the turret. This should be... Yeah, it's first tower. That was dumb. You got the Orianna TP coming in. Oh, Wiggly's coming in. I didn't see that. Which could be very, very good because Smoothie has all of that and getting Cody's son. Good first blood. We traded a tower for first blood, but we did get the gold onto Stixay. And so we started doing something active, which I appreciate. We at least traded.
Very easily with that charm, then it's going to be straight into the knock-up, and Pobelter positioned the ball very well for that follow-up shockwave. So this was really good. 100 Thieves do get punished. They get that first turret, But with Wiggly moving down, with the TP coming in from Pope
Good pillar,
you can see
because you force.
R flash, really no time for them to react. That was honestly just very.
I'm very surprised Stun didn't get hit by that shockwave. I definitely thought he was in range. That could have been a double kill, easily.
Behind where Cody Sun was, so when Cody Sun flashed, he still is in range of that
But
shockwave.
holy cow, there's been one kill at 14 minutes in this game.
Also, good job by Meteos making sure that he used the ultimate to escape rather than using his flash. It's a shorter cooldown. It still gets you out. And you could see at the very end, too, he also walked back just a half step to make it so Stunt was able to dash to him and didn't get stuck in a situation where he could have been potentially chased down for another kill. So 100 Thieves, they did lose their AD carry, but they minimized those losses that they had to take.
Good try, Smithy.
Has now rotated up to the top side.
Ruin has a small level advantage there.
Someday, but it's not going to turn.
A small CS advantage as well.
Will hold the mid lane wave against
So keeping things pretty even. That's very good. Okay.
Stunt and Cody Sun looking for the 2v1.
He has ultis, so
Pobelter dodging away from the Winter's Bite. Without that slow, he is able to buy himself a couple of extra seconds. TP's coming in from 2 players on the side of CLG. 100 Thieves was not able to do their job in time. And now the counterattack
great job here. That's Pobelter calling it out, using 2 TPs to make sure everything is secured, getting gold onto your Orianna and your Ezreal. Just great work, and you didn't really give anything up for it. You used TP cooldowns effectively.
Pobelter sees you coming in, he can back off and try to proc the phase rush. They have TP on both Ezreal
and he just stalls beautifully.
You know, the double teleport that comes through here, Pobelter buys just enough time,
and he
procs the phase rush, backs it
just super well done by Pobelter.
Cody Sun gets knocked down, and despite the fact that Ryoma is TP'd in, it's too little too late. No way
and gets the TP cooldown out of Ryoma, doesn't really get anything out of it. And it looks like Ruin can get out of this. Yeah. But Ryoma has a bounty somehow.
Someday continuing to push up, does have the Blade of the Ruined King on the Renekton, makes him very, very scary, especially with the empowered W, blocking it 3 times.
I mean, he hit that power spike. They tried to take advantage of it. It's well done, but good response by CLG.
CLG doing a good job of trying to contain him early on before he's able to scale up. Looking for an opportunity here in the mid lane, but won't find it.
Yeah, you don't see Meteos, which is a little scary. You have Ruin able to respond someday here. He's going for that cooldown reduction bizarre build. It's not that the build is bizarre. Bizarre as in random mishmash of items. Oh, I didn't even realize we got that. So we get a nice chunk on the mid tower. We get priority mid to be able to rotate down and contest this dragon. That's good. The Orianna's strong. The Ezreal is almost at that 2 item. Like he's got the sheen, so he's at like the 1.5 item spike. It's like a 1.3 item spike because he doesn't have the fully stacked tier yet. But if we can get control of this would be very good.
For CLG, because then they have to fight every single Drake after that.
All right.
Yeah, but this is just well done of getting control. And Meteos just failed. Oh my gosh, yeah, that might be game after that. Oh, okay, they did take down 1. They're going to take down 2. That's pretty rough that things turned around like that. But we got the dragon. We traded 2 for 2. What the hell? Wow. There was no reason to die there. Anyone. Like, you can just walk out right now. And Stixxay missed skill shots, so. And then, yeah, no reason to die there. That was bad. You lose the tower.
Yeah, credit to Cody-san, Ryoma, and Someday for being able to kind of fight their way out of that deficit, because that was
just
really...
I want to watch that fight again.
Might be losing.
So,
but that so far, Meteos has the
so
ability to
Meteos
jump
fails over the wall.
Go on.
Okay, can you go away? So Meteos fails over the wall. He flashes over here to...
Stop.
Okay.
But that
And then instantly kills Stunt there.
was not
We're all grouped up.
it.
Cody-sun's zoned out of the fight at the moment.
Skill, but the true shot for Rob.
Smoothie
Now
is there with nowhere to jump to. And, I mean, Pobelter got popped.
Disaster. They've already lost 2. Might be losing some
Yeah,
more.
you tried to
Good
get over
plays
to
coming out
save,
from Ryoma
and
here
then
to
you
salvage
just
the
take the
fight.
2 for 2 at this
Cody-san
point.
throws down a little bit of DPS, but
Right
CLG
now.
still at full
Like,
HP.
but you didn't, and you died, and you lost tower for it. You just got greedy.
To kind of fight their way out of that deficit, because that was really botched by Meteos. He was in this awkward position where he wasn't quite close enough to the wall. And the ultimate, even though it has a lot of travel distance, it can be a little bit...
And now Ryoma's really strong, which I'm not too scared about Ryoma carrying.
It looks like you can get over the wall more easily than you can. Either way,
how does Pobelter just instantly die here?
Dies immediately. This is just a terrible start.
Yo, what? Look at Pobelter's health bar. What does he die to?
It's just a terrible start, but somebody is able to get the slice and dice back to safety. Ryoma is in on top of Smoothie, has taken him down. Cody-san hitting them with the Inferno.
I don't know what bursted
really
Pobelter that hard.
Most of the credit here, as Wiggly took a pretty poor path back through him. That is kind of what forced the extension of the fight and allowed them to pick up a couple more kills. And it's also worth noting that Pobelter is actually going for the Archangels this game. You know, going to be stacking it up for the additional shielding. Very commonly, we see Ludens. Almost only we see Ludens. I do think that situationally, you know, having
when it's a really slow game like this, you delay your power spike a little by going the Archangels. But I don't mind it in this situation. I generally prefer the Ludens. Cody-san is still sitting on that call.
Renekton and Volibear getting in on top of him and bursting him down, and he is foregoing some of the extra burst to be able to have this extra defensive.
Cody-san having a
wait, Pobelter,
there in the mid lane as
you're a beast.
Nearly solo killing Ryoma here, has him down to 200 HP, and there you go. True shot barrage following him up.
Holy crap, Ryoma's so bad.
Angry B emoji.
You,
very well played.
Azir outranges Orianna, has multiple dashes, has a dash, has self-peel, and he manages to die to Orianna without... I don't think Pobelter had Shockwave. Did he? Oh yeah, he did use Shockwave. But still, he got killed by the Orianna without the Orianna having to flash. That shouldn't ever happen at this point in the game.
Really happy that they are going his way. You know,
he can just dash out.
Gank, so to speak, from Cody-san and Stun.
He can like,
now,
if he just, unless if Pobelter canceled the dash with the Shockwave. But that's on Ryoma if he's
I'm not sure if we can actually see how
dashing over the ball.
He's at least going to have the Banshees when he goes back to base.
Holy crap.
When this tier does finish stacking, with that plus Banshee's Veil, it's going to be really hard to ever see him getting just burst down.
And it's so important that he made that happen right at this point in the game because of the fact that 100 Thieves was up over 2,000 gold.
Smoothie's trying so hard, but just can't quite get Cody-san. So Pobelter has ulti. Ryoma's looking for something over the wall.
Absolutely huge if he's able to find the shuffle. It knocks Smoothie back, and there's your first kill of the fight. Pobelter having to kite his way out of this one.
Ruin with a good TP in.
Have the shockwave, already used it. Ryoma going to be taken down now. Good counterattack from CLG. Over the wall goes Someday. He is able to escape.
I mean, it's a fine 1-for-1. We trade mid laner for support. Where did Pobelter? I didn't see Pobelter's Shockwave. So I want to look this over again. So he hits 2, but 2 of the beefier members. Not a great Shockwave.
It knocks Smoothie back, and there's your first kill of the fight.
So this was a good TP in by Bruin. Safe TP that helped turn things around.
Going to be taken down now. Good counterattack coming out from CLG. Over the wall goes Someday. He is able to escape. Wiggly starting up the Baron here for Counter Logic Gaming, but the rest of the team is
got a minute on Dragon, so
walk away 1-for-1.
Well kited there by Pobelter.
You can get mid lane and then rotate down to Dragon probably.
And then Pobelter has the phase rush. He had his flash available. His
You should take this tower, then set up Vision bot around Dragon and set up to that.
Very difficult to knock down when you have the command protect. You have this Seraph shield. You have the phase rush. You know, you're pretty slippery, and he actually played it very well.
Oriana's a good champion.
Get to safety and then allowing his team to be able to
It's a very safe blind pick.
They get that mid lane turret. Next Dragon's going to be up here in 30 seconds.
Stixay's playing the Ezreal well. Smoothie has the right idea. He's getting really close on some of these engages that could just break the game wide open, but he has... The only one he's hit was in the bot lane, which that one was like impossible not to hit. You just R-flash.
No flashes, only on Pobelter and Wiggly for the side of CLG. So Ruin, Stixay, and Smoothie having those available, particularly Smoothie, could have a big impact in the team fight with a massive flash initiation if he gets the opportunity here. Wiggly loses half his HP though, as Ryoma and Meteos get into a bit of a
just has to like go kill a camp and he'll get a lot of it back.
Wiggly over in the jungle trying to use the chicken camp to heal up a little bit here. Doesn't want to have to go back to base, doesn't want to surrender priority over this area. Pobelter has TP ready to come down to the fight if necessary. Someday is the same way. So both of these two could join this here.
Ooh, Stixay getting down some good damage there into stun.
Secure vision over the upper part of this river.
And good job getting vision control here.
I think that's going to be all they actually need.
And Pobelter walking down gives us priority.
He had 2 charges of smite, so he went in. Use smite on Raptor,
and this should be good. Like the only thing we would have to worry about is Meteos coming in for a steal, but they don't have vision, so not much of a chance. So just good job in general. They could go for the kill here, but Ruin has flash. Do they? No?
Oh man, they found Ruin really quickly though. A lot of damage coming through, but it will not be enough to burst down.
So there's a couple of TP. There's a lot of TPs coming in here. Yeah, that's a good ulti to basically kill a Cody's son right away. That's very good. Oh, can we get Meteos?
Thrown up into the air, having to flash away to make sure he doesn't get caught. Smoothie down to 200 HP as Stunt looks for the chance to come in.
Smoothie's low, but we still have our AD carry. They don't.
And disengaging.
Very close
so we get Dragon, and they expended 2 TPs for that. We expended 1. We got Dragon. We traded kills. And Pobelter hit a fat ult. He only hit 2, but he hit the AD carry, which automatically makes it fat.
Made that a very close fight.
CLG managing to stop the Drake stacking early on from 100 Thieves.
Ooh, and I like that Frozen Heart by Wiggly, because 4 of the champions have either attack speed built into their kit or build attack speed. So a lot of their damage is attack speed based, and with him having the Frozen Heart, it slows it down. So just very good.
He has to make sure he stays alive to do it. The last time we saw him go in and get the kill, he was able to find the pick onto Smoothie, but then dies for it. Not a trade 100 Thieves can be making as they move forward.
100 Thieves is doing a good job of getting these little pockets of vision and playing around them to try and get picks. But CLG has been good about keeping an eye out for that and being ready to rotate and send people around to do so. That was so good. Oh, that was so good, Smoothie. Cody's son stayed alive, but holy cow, this engage was so good. I just want to watch this again. The pillar to trap all 3 of them there, and just the Ezreal ult over it, the frickin' the Aatrox ult or abilities on top of it.
Cody Sun being in a bad spot, and now
it was so good.
But Pobelter's already found the kill on Medios,
and that Pobelter didn't even shockwave in that fight. If he would have, imagine if he would have been close enough to shockwave over that. Cody Sun for sure would have died, but still a great couple of kills, killing Medios, just killing the front line in general. It opens up the Baron. It's very good. Like, Wiggly with that pillar set that up perfectly. Perfect follow. Great work.
There's not really any opportunity for 100 Thieves to even get here in time. The Baron is just gone, and CLG, just like that, the first team to really take big control in this game.
Just great job on the hard engage.
From a shaky early game. Now 2,000 gold ahead, 26 minutes in. Really liking what we're seeing from this squad, and things do seem to just.
And I forgot, Mountain Drake is so much better now because of the prevalence of Death's Dance. Before, most champions didn't build any armor or magic resist. But now, Death's Dance, if you have a couple of Mountain Drakes, it gives you like 50 of each rather than 30, which is huge.
They really are, and the game is going to get
So
harder and harder.
every single member of our team has built some sort of resistance, which the Mountain Drake will enhance. So Mountain Drake is pretty good here.
Which is actually amplifying his
But
resistances.
I mean, they are a sustained damage team. They don't burst that hard. So the Mountain Soul won't be that great.
And he is going to become a real frontliner, whereas Medios is just going to be paper, with 3 items on the mid laner, 3 items on the AD. He is going to be a here.
Good engage. There's Smoothie. Ruin kind of getting bodied, but Shockwave. So it's split fight. It's a 1-for-1 to start with, and we can just push this in. So we kept pressure even though we traded Ruin for Medios. We traded frontline for frontline, but we're just far more mobile, so our frontline is less important.
But that's an Ezreal. He's got Arcane Shift. It's not that big of a deal until the TP shows up. Smoothie and Stixay trying to exit to the left, but Wiggly's on the target. Take the health bars you can get early.
Oh my god!
Ryoma's already dead.
He didn't stand a chance. Holy cow. Here, let me TP into a 5-kill Ezreal with 3 items. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, there's a Rakan on top of the ward? He won't be able to CC me long enough for the Ezreal to kill. Come on, Ryoma.
But he just TPs directly into a Smoothie engage and dies to Smoothie and Stixay. CLG are going to get 2 inhibitors now, minimum, off of this.
If 100 Thieves had any other mid laner, they'd probably be winning this game, but Ryoma is just so bad.
Just sit back to try to just wait out this Baron buff. There's only 20 seconds left on it. I felt like they could have just turtled and wave cleared. Instead, they're the ones looking for the engage. And they're the ones who end up losing so much off of it.
Yeah.
It's a
wow, what a Baron power play.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. When you try to make a teleport
the fat power play.
Opponents can instantly punish it and just shut it down and turn it around like that. Clearly there was
and 3 Mountain Drakes, so team's just gonna be so hard to kill. Especially since we have the 2 Death Stands. I feel like Orianna should get a Death Stance too, just to make us all impossible to kill. But the Leandries is very good against their Renekton and Volibear.
They needed to do something that risky, right? They were actually
The
withstanding
Braum,
the Baron push.
it's just good in general.
They traded 1 for 1. The enemy top laner is dead. They were wave clearing at their tier 2. It's not
Pobelter
even as though
building
they were actually pinned under their inhibitor
very
tower
well
or anything.
because they don't burst that hard, so if he can survive the burst, he can get out with the phase rush.
When you could have just sat
Just
back and
build
wave cleared for
very
literally
smartly,
1 more
knowing
wave
that they're
and
not a
Baron would
burst heavy
expire.
team,
And it results in all these
and
skills.
they need to burst him
Tier 2 goes
in
down,
order to
both
be able to win a
inhibitors
fight,
go down,
otherwise
both
he'll just
inhibitors go
shockwave
down.
them
It
and
makes,
kill them all.
further plays
And
almost impossible to do,
The
'cause now you're permanently
both the
pinned.
Orianna and
So,
the
I really
Ezreal
think
is so
Hunter
strong at this
completely
point.
botched it from that position.
Holy cow.
And you're talking about being
6A has
permanently
played
pinned to
this
base,
so
what
well.
other fate is there now?
Smoothie has
With
had
these
some
2
sick
inhibitors down,
engages.
with CLG
Ruin
being
has just
5,500
neutralized
gold
someday.
ahead,
which is all you have to do against 100 Thieves, because if you neutralize someday, they'll turn to Ryoma to try and carry, and Ryoma will just mess it up. And he'll get solo killed by on a Zir somehow.
100 Thieves, they've got to just go into full turtle mode, try to farm it out. They still have that really good wave clear that I talked about, but with supers coming in mid and
they do have good wave clear, but they have no control over the map. They have to win some sort of team fight for things to work out, but the Ezreal's so safe and just is never going to die. You don't burst him hard enough. The Orianna is slippery. You're not going to be able to kill him. You can kill the Aatrox. That's very possible, but it doesn't really matter, because if you kill the Aatrox, it's going to buy enough time it's going to buy enough time or put you out of position to get engaged on, and for CLG to just kill you.
How my mom is a big fan of 100 Thieves, and I feel like I'm going to get a disappointed text message after this game because of the way the team has handled everything after the early game. The way
CLG just basically did nothing in the early game, and then like 17 minutes they made a play, and then they just really haven't stopped.
Where they have to choose: do you defend this last remaining inhibitor, or do you try to make the stand there at your 2 Nexus turrets? Because you're choosing between 2 bad options, trying to find whichever one is.
If CLG's smart, they just peel off and go do the Baron, because there's now double stack super creeps. You get the Baron and you just walk into their base and they can't wave clear, because
I think as soon as they kind of had
Baron dub 3 inhibitor
gave up the double inhib, you were always going to lose that
creeps are just basically impossible to wave clear against.
Into just wave clearing forever, and maybe you send Meteos out
so
and pray for a Baron steal.
You have to, you pretty much have to go all in on this Baron. If you're 100 Thieves, if you want an opportunity to win, you can't play this passive from here. You just lost.
But really at this point, that's
like,
all you have, because your opponents have Baron.
You had to take some sort of
Soul Point coming up here. It's just
5% play, because that was your best option to try and like steal the Baron or all in at the Baron. But now you have a 1% play at best. So there isn't much 100 Thieves can do at this point. They just the game basically turned around once Ryoma got solo killed by Pobelter. That was one of the big turning points, because it allowed CLG to get Drake control, and it's just snowballed from there.
There's not really the chance to do
Better mid wins, and Wiggly has played well this game. I'm very proud, and he's so tanky at this point. Holy cow.
Yep. And it honestly will probably take more than just the one mistake. It would take multiple, because even if Smoothie has a botch engage and dies, well, CLG can back off, and all the
even Stixace is super tanky.
Anything off of it. CLG is trying to actually set up to take these respawning and hits.
The Azir has to hit him.
Then they can head back.
Otherwise, he's not going to die. And the Ezreal should never be in range of the Azir. So you can go as hard as you want. You're not going to be able to kill Stixace without the Azir getting on top of him. Because he has like 150 armor or something. And like a good 80 magic resist. And he just has a ton of lifesteal. But like I said, they just have to walk into the base. They don't even have to kill anybody, and they're just killing people anyway, just to pad those KDAs.
Meteos barely keeping himself alive as Wiggly almost dies as well. Turret destroyed, inhibitor destroyed.
Wiggly just flexing on him.
100 Thieves being
Get Stixace some more kills. Oh, Pobelter getting all the kills.
Meteos the last man standing, but it will not matter. The Nexus is gone, and CLG will take care of it.
CLG
good,
surpassing their spring split total.
4 wins already, boys. Good game.
It's true.
And
it's
gotta feel really, really good. Yes, you can.
It does feel good as a CLG fan.
Lens, but why not look at it through the
shit's really starting to turn around.
They're actually
our team fights. are clean when we get proper engages.
You can talk about strength of schedule and say, oh, well, they only beat easy teams. Well, guess what? They played those teams in spring and they lost them pretty much every time. So there has been significant improvement from CLG.
I mean, we've beaten 4 teams already.
Yes, there were still some mistakes from CLG,
so
but overall,
that shows that
very well to their game plan. I think that
we're pretty much guaranteed to be a top half team if we keep it up. And I think we improved. We showed a lot of patience that game. We kind of bled early, but we just farmed until we got item spikes. And then started playing around those item spikes and slowly ramped up in line with our comp. And 100 Thieves didn't really do the same because they needed to take early advantages, especially around the top side of the map, because they had a huge advantage, especially levels 1 through 6.
It's not just about the execution. It's
so they didn't really take enough advantages early to be able to snowball the game. And Pobelter just being a way better player than Ryoma absolutely was huge. Like, Ryoma's so bad.
More wins than they've had in spring so far here.
And the CLG is just way better than them. Wiggly played a solid game. Wiggly on Trundle is stupid good. I like that we put high priority on that. He understands pillar placement extremely well. So good game, boys, and see you in the next one.